You're good. You're perfect.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to #Beautify. How are you guys doing today? Today, I am here with Taree. That is like Marie without the M. Oh, guys, how are you today, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. You know, getting an early start. I got me some coffee. I'm gonna wait till this cool down, and I'm gonna tell y'all how this tastes. This is from the beautiful Taree's Dough House Cookies.
Hello.
Yes. So let's talk about why you started Dough House Cookies. Where did it begin?
Yeah, so Dough House started, I was living in a different state at the time. I was living in Nashville, Tennessee. I was working in higher education, and I was just really burnt out.
Right.
And I was working in crisis management with students, and it wasn't really something that I was wanting to do anymore.
Right.
And so it got to a point where I couldn't transition from that job to anything else, and I started stress baking. And it was sort of like it was a skill that my grandmother taught me when I was really young, probably about 8 years old is when I started. And I just did it as a hobby. You know, you make Christmas cookies with your family, you do it for the holidays, you might make it for a special gift, or if somebody, you know, unfortunately passes away, you might make cookies take to a family, something like that, just to show love. And so that was just sort of it. I was like, you know what, I just want to bake something and give it to somebody.
Right.
And so I would take it. I have a lot of friends who are musicians, so I would take it to their band practice. I would take it to work, because you know, stressed out college employees need treats. And so that's really how it started. And I kept getting the same feedback. Like, we would pay for these. Like, people started looking for cookies. Like, did you bring cookies? You got cookies? And I would be like, no, I'm not a baker. I'm not
Right. Like, this is not what I do. I know they taste good, but.
Right. But I found myself just less stressed out at the end of the day if I could come home and bake. And then it got to the point where I was looking to bake more than I was, you know, looking to go to work.
And then you got to give them. You're like, okay, so you want some cookies, y'all?
Right. Absolutely.
Because you keep baking and just thinking about what types of things that when you're baking. Do you sing?
I listen to music.
Okay.
Yeah. I moved to Nashville to do music. So I was an independent recording artist for 9 years. And that was just sort of, they kind of ended at the same time. I was doing music on the side. I was working full time, because being a musician is expensive.
It is.
And so I was lucky enough that my job, you know, it ended at 4:30, and I had nights and weekends to myself, and I could travel on, you know, when the students were on breaks. And so I did, you know, I was an independent recorder. I recorded an EP, I did a music video, I put out a single, I went overseas for a little while and toured for a little while, toured in the States, and I kind of got to do everything I wanted to do. It just got to a point where I didn't see myself doing higher ed long term. I didn't see myself doing music for the rest of my life, because music is a struggle. And I was like, I don't think I want to be a starving artist. I just don't think that's in me to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, not to say, like, you could, you know, a lot of people get record deals, but that just wasn't in my journey. And so I think I had like an identity crisis, like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing music, and I'm not doing this career that I've had since college. And I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, on top of the fact that, you know, it's embedded in us that what do? You go to school, and then you get a good job, and then you have kids in the white picket fence. Don't work that way. You know, a lot of us, we don't recognize it don't work that way. And, you know, we can't blame our parents, because they didn't know it don't work that way.
Right.
But we've been fed this for so long to step out of that, to take the courage
absolutely
that you've taken. And you're like, okay, that identity crisis moment, that was, it sounds like that's the passion. So tell me about the transition, like how you came out of that. You're like, okay, so now I'm at this crisis moment. Where did you find your peace?
I had really encouraging friends. I had such an amazing support group, and even my supervisor, like at work, my direct supervisor, I remember her. I got into this farmer's market, and this all kind of started with my friend saying, like, okay, she's like, you know, you need to do like at least one event and just see what happens. You never know. Because I was like, I'm not a baker. Like, I don't know how to own my own business. Like, I've been in the same career. That's not what I do.
Like,
right.
Cookies,
it's not music,
sanitation, all of this stuff.
But I found out, you know, I do a lot. Luckily, from my experience with working in higher ed, I had a lot of research experience. I had a lot of development experience. So there were skills in there kind of already being built.
That you probably didn't even account for. You probably like, what does that? My career is in something else. You know?
And so she was like, you just do an event. So I did one event. I was like, okay, if we do good at this event, I'll think about it. And we sold out.
Wow.
that very first event we did, I sold out, and so I was like, well, now I gotta do something with this. Dang it!
Like, dang it! Why did I make that promise?
And so that was kind of how I started. I got one farmer's market that season, and then I was just selling there once a week, and people started to catch on. We started to sell out at this farmer's market, and then we started getting invited to other markets. Wow. And so it got to the point where I remember going to my boss like, hey, so if I wanted to take a day off once a month to kind of do an event, what would you say about that? And she was just kind of like, your vacation time is yours. Like, what you do on your vacation time is your business.
We are trained.
But we are trained.
We are trained. Girl, we get 2 weeks.
Yes.
You don't use them when you want to. You use them when they're scheduled. Yes.
But I started to think of it that way. I had all this vacation. I had like 75 hours racked up. And I was just like, okay, I never take days off. So I started once a month, and I did this really good farmer's market and built our name up. And it got to the point where I couldn't do it by myself anymore. And I was like, I really feel like this might be something.
It is
if I had help, if I had time. So I remember calling my mom, calling my parents and saying, hey, I really think I want to do this cookie thing. I've been looking for other work, less demanding work, so that I can put more time into the business, but there's just no way for me to like maintain my living expenses, make enough money to like pay bills and do all that stuff, and then do cookies new, like new to the business.
FYI, that was no time off. You might have been taking time off from one job.
Right.
You were still working.
I was still working. Absolutely.
But so what'd your mom say?
My mom was just like, she's like, come home and visit, because I only was coming for like Christmas, because I've been gone I had moved away in 2010, and at this point it was 2016, and I had been gone for 6 years, and I would only come home for Christmas, and I would just go visit my family. So I wasn't going around the city. I wasn't seeing what was new. I wasn't talking to people and getting connected and making acquaintances. I wasn't doing any of that. So she was like, I wasn't living it. So she was just like, come here, spend some time here, and then just like see what's going on.
That was like your respite.
Yeah, absolutely. I came for an extended holiday. I took a couple days off. I went down to the Youngstown Business Incubator, found out about the WEED program, found out about like YNDC, what they're doing with the revitalization efforts in the city, and just new initiatives that were going on, and it just kind of felt like, oh my gosh, I think I'm supposed to come home. It just kind of felt like that.
Okay,
like
goosebumps.
I know. But it was terrifying because I have no friends and I had no family or connections in Nashville before I moved there. So I kind of built my own life there. It was kind of like this really transformative experience coming into my adulthood, like coming out of my 20s and my 30s, because it was like I spent like 27 to 31 in Nashville, and then it just kind of like, or even a little bit longer, I think, and then it just kind of was like, wow, I'm leaving like a whole life that I built. So I kind of had to mourn that a little bit, like that time there. But it felt good. It felt right. I felt like it was time. It was really refreshing to be back. I came back in the fall, which is like getting ready for the winter. So when you come from the south back to the snow, it was rough. But I was like,
ready to say that's probably the first winter. It was maybe that was your time to like hibernate and get to learning and dive in.
Exactly that. It was sort of a time to just like decompress, to really process that whole time, and it gave me a moment because everything kind of slows down a little bit to get set up. I was working part-time. I just got like a little part-time job because I knew I didn't want to get sucked in to full-time work again. And I was just I got the business licenses and the permits and started working on new recipes and started working on how much do ingredients cost, how much do I need to change the prices from living in a metro city. Maybe the disposable income is a little higher.
Right. That's
so that's sort of how the transition happened.
Oh my gosh. So I'm super geeked about your path.
Yeah.
Your path has been, it's full of all kind of exciting things. Yeah. It doesn't feel exciting while you're going through it. It feels kind of scary. Yes, you're like, oh my gosh, what the hell? but now, today, tell me how just wonderful and grateful that it is to be where you are and actually know that learning is forever learning. It doesn't stop today.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that I have that ingrained in me. It's sort of like being a forever student. And it is like I still look up sometimes in disbelief, like I own my own business. Like, so I remember the first month after I left Nashville, the day that my paycheck would have been deposited came around, and I was just like, oh yeah, let me log into my account. And I was just like, oh, I pay myself now.
Oh, right. Wait a minute. Right. It ain't there. What happened to that? Did y'all
forget the direct deposit? No, but it was a revelation. But it also was like this great freedom of like, I don't have to work for anybody else's agenda anymore. And I feel like I always talk about being 9 to 5 free. That's like my motto, is being 9 to 5 free. But I'm not talking about not working a 9 to 5. I don't think there's anything wrong working
Absolutely
9 to 5.
not.
And if there's ever, God forbid, if there's a reason that I need to go back to work for some time, or I know how, and I'm grateful for that. But I think that 9 to 5 can be a mentality where you, like we talked about, like, where you don't even know that you can use your vacation however you want to, or where you don't take advantage of opportunities to pursue creative endeavors while you're paying your bills, and or to just have a well-rounded, fulfilling life. And so I'm always interested in trying to be as 9 to 5 free, no matter how many hours I'm working. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
So it's like, it's the most rewarding. I look up every single day. I'm so grateful for resilience. I'm grateful for persistence, because those two things have kept me. You know what I mean? And you need like hope. Like things will change if it's bad. That hope that it will get even better if it's already good. You just got to pursue towards positive things,
Right.
and make sure that you're pushing for that, and that you surround yourself with people who also feel that way.
Absolutely.
That aren't, you don't need no Debbie Downers. It's enough to get down about.
Enough to get around. Yes. I'm telling you, every morning when I wake up and I go through, because social media, part of the business, and you're scrolling through, it's really, really hard to find the positive things. And that's what I started, the positive mindset.
Oh, awesome.
And infusing, like learning businesses like this. Just learning how, let's get back to you guys. So I'm going to come back to you guys right now. We've been having this wonderful, wonderful conversation. And right now we are located in this is the Canfield Library. And I think it's 43 East Main Street.
West Main Street.
West Main Street, West East.
That's all right.
But I'm bad with directions.
That's okay.
So this is 43 West Main Street in the Canfield Library. You guys should come, and first of all, you got to try these cookies. I'm going to let y'all see me try these cookies, and I'm just going to I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to I'm going to take it in. I'm going to take it in. But when you come here, remember that you're coming to a place that's full of love, that's full of passion, that's full of integrity. Listen, music is being played when these cookies is being made. Oh, bars. You hear that? Okay. Music is being played when these cookies are being made, and they are made with love and energy and excitement. And this is a part of you supporting Dough House Cookies gives love back to the community, because we come from here. Yeah. And I really, really appreciate that. Absolutely. That you are just like, you went to Tennessee, you did your little thing there, you came back, and now look what you're blessing us with. Yeah. I can't wait. Super geeked. That was my exit, guys. So, did you enjoy your interview today?
Oh my gosh, you're awesome. You're good at your transition.
Listen, I'll be so nervous. I'm telling you the whole time.
Are you serious?
I love, because that's the part that I like.
Yeah.
That's the part that's going to keep me coming back all the way to Canfield on the way out here to get cookies, because it's more than just a cookie. Yeah. I'm dealing with somebody who actually cares, who actually spends time, and this wasn't what you God made you for. You was like, listen, God, you ever get to those points? I was like, God, can you be a little more clear?
Every day.
Like really, God, like I got like these marks, but can you fill in some of those blanks?
These gaps.
You know what I mean? So
because I have no idea what he's doing right now. I'm okay though. I think before, when I was working 9 to 5, I had like a 15-year plan. Like I had a trajectory. I was going to finish my master's, be an assistant dean, or I was always sort of in the back of my mind, the dream was to be a musician, and if that popped off, then I was going to roll with that. So, but I was always open to like, Lord, I just want to be fulfilled. I want to be satisfied. So it's like, even if my dream doesn't happen, I know you got me. Or it might not. It may be that maybe you're keeping me from some
stuff. I know this is a great moment, but I just taste this coffee, y'all. I'm just telling you. You sure you didn't pick the beans?
Listen, no.
Listen,
Girl, I don't even drink coffee.
Oh, this is a good coffee.
My dad had to help me go to the coffee supplier.
What's your
and
dad's
pick
name?
it out. His name is Paul.
What's up, Paul? How you doing? I'm gonna put this in here. I'm just gonna let you know you got some good taste in coffee. Can you pick us a Colombian style?
Listen, we get compliments all the time, and I'm just like, I just have to trust it.
Oh, it's really good. I mean, really good. I know I'm a visual person, but my experience, people gonna be like, she lying, but I swear to goodness, my experience when I first taste the coffee, I'm listening to your conversation, but the coffee bean image, you know what it looks like that brown with the little kind of like a butt.
Yes.
It came into my mind as I'm listening to you. I'm like, okay, so coffee bean, look at the bean. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, she's talking. Come on, step back.
No, you're good.
But that was my segue. Just want to let y'all know.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's get you cookie.
Guess what, y'all? I'm about to get this cookie. What kind we getting? What kind we gonna try?
Okay, whatever you would like.
All right. So, what do y'all think I should try? Oh, y'all can't answer right now. Y'all should put it in below. Tell me what I'm gonna choose. Ooh, white chocolate cherry. We got harvest corn. That's gluten free.
And this is like a cornbread sugar cookie. So if you like cornbread, it's a texture of cornbread, but it tastes like a sugar cookie.
Whoa.
So there's that.
Ooh. See, like this is just so much. Chocolate chip is so traditional. We got the sugar, and we got the Oreo cookies and cream. That sounds so. These are some creatives over here.
Thank you.
Yes, girl. Okay.
I try to pair the traditional with the unique a little bit.
Well, I'm going with the cornbread. Okay, yes, girl. I'm going with the cornbread. Hey. Let me show y'all what this cookie look like. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. Look, watch this. Let me be on. Yeah, you see that? We're going to put that. Yeah, girl. That was perfect. Here we go. It smells good. They got a nice little crunch to it, girl. There's the sugar.
Right, the sugar gonna hit you.
Again, listen. If y'all could see Goosebumps, can y'all see Goosebumps? Hold on. They can't see them, but this cookie good, girl.
Thank you.
This cookie is good.
Thank you so much.
And it's so different.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It's not traditional. It definitely tastes like a sugar cookie. But I love that, like that hint of corn. I'm like, is that real corn?
Yeah, so there's corn flour in there. That's what helps it be gluten free. But there's actually freeze dried corn kernels in there. And that's it too. And I think they're gonna get some cookies.
Oh, y'all need to get some of these cookies. All right, we're gonna let you guys go, and we will talk to you soon. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Come to the Canfield Library. Check out the Dough House cookies right here. You gotta come check it out. Get some of the harvest corn. Okay, these is good. All right, bye bye. Thumbs up. Subscribe.